Hello everyone, I am Chestroke44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Geneforge 3! Well, after a bit of struggling in the purification plant, we've pretty much finally found our way to Donal's Keep. So, well, before we actually go into the keep itself, let's take a look at the west gate. We may as well take a look at what's just outside before we go into the keep proper. See what's going on here. Right. Nice long road to get up there. There's turrets. Makes sense. Oh, that's a merchant, actually. This merchant is preparing to take a cart of goods through the pass to Fort Wilton. He hasn't been out of town in a while, so he has no useful information to share with you. That makes sense. Artilla probably tied up to watch over this exit, which heads to Infiltrated Shore. Oh my, that's an ominous name. Looks like we're gonna be slowly making our way across. Looks like there's a door down here too. Let's see. I wonder what structure this is. Sure, use a living tool. This storeroom looks like it has been sealed up for several weeks. The floor is littered with trash and cobwebs hang from the ceiling. You notice an old shaping vat in the back corner. At first you think that it is just discarded equipment from Donal's Keep, but then you see the lid rattle slightly. Let me guess, something's gonna burst out and attack us? Yep! Spectral Vlish. Okay, we'll be able to kill it easily. There we go. Ooh, Greta leveled up. Nice. Yeah, a little intelligence and endurance, why not? And an essence pod. Well, we took care of a little problem in there. Sure, the door was locked, but hey, you never know. They could have found a way to burst out, and that would not have been good. Then again, it also could have been an experiment someone was working on, and we just ruined it for them. I don't know. Nobody saw us do anything. Donal's Inn. Townsman Tobias. Yeah, considering how many people have been trapped here by the quarantine, it is surprising how abandoned this inn is, though the unpleasant smells and dirty floor may have something to do with it. The inn is run by a tall, thin, balding man who seems very ill at ease. He grimaces when you approach.
Welcome to my inn. I am Tobias. It is my reluctant responsibility to serve you.
You said it was your reluctant responsibility?
So it is. I am not an innkeeper by choice. I am only forced to be so by my shrill and unattractive harridan of a wife. It is not, alas, my destiny.
What is your destiny?
It is to don the grease paint and tread the boards. In short, to be an actor! But until such time as the war ends and the people return to their proper appreciation of the arts, I must remain as I am, serving slop to idiots.
Really? You want to be an actor? Well, you might want to work on how you present yourselves to others a bit. Tobias dutifully and ineffectively rubs a towel over the counter, muttering lines from old plays under his breath. Where are all the sailors?
Most of the sailors trapped by the quarantine have chosen to stay at Fort Wilton due to the high quality of the inn there and the lack of shapers. The state of affairs will continue until this island has ships of suitable size.
They are avoiding the shapers?
Most outsiders prefer that you shapers rain your benevolence upon them from a distance, and sailors are a more superstitious lot than most. They fear what they perceive as arbitrariness in your judgment. The only sailors staying here are those so unmotivated and lazy that they cannot summon up their strength for the journey.
Where did all the ships go?
The tale is a simple one. They left for the mainland of Terestia. They were not allowed to return. The shapers of the mainland, in their wisdom, have kept us harried souls from having any ships large enough to safely reach them. Doubtless that is to keep the rogues that assault us daily from getting at them too. I share your admiration of their courage and helpfulness.
Right. Can I get a room?
Alas, what few bunks we have are infested with swarthy sailors, sleeping off the excess amount of watery beer they quaffed. Even if I had room, I assure you that you would not want to sleep next to those wretched and reeking souls.
Can I get some rations? Oh, that's plus. But we don't need anything. Oh well. Either way, thank you. Best of luck in your attempts to become an actor. Well, there's plenty of guards here. There is a small boat at the end of this dock. It's an old, weather-beaten skiff with a single aged sailor sitting at the stern. You ask him why he is here. He says that he is waiting to ferry spies and infiltrators to investigate Greenwood Isle. Since you are exempt from the quarantine on that island, you should use this boat if you want to go back there. That'll make things a lot easier! Wow! I like that. That'll really make things easier. We will definitely be keeping this in mind. Glad they provided that. Okay, what's in here? This shop has been abandoned. Oh. This general shop is run by a young woman who, from the looks of things, hasn't been doing it for very long. Everything is disorganized, and the mixed supplies she sells are heaped on the shelves around the room. When you enter, the woman takes a break from trying to keep a stack of metal bars from falling off a shelf to say, "Welcome, I am Maybe, and this is a shop. I want to sell you something." The pile of metal bars crashes to the floor behind her. Oops. Are you the owner of this shop? Sure am. The owner sold it to me just before he was one of the last people to go to the mainland. The price was really low, but it's a lot of work. How long have you been running this shop? Oh, a few months, and I think I'm almost starting to understand how it works. Some things are hard, like figuring out what things to buy and whatnot, and how to deal with the shapers. And I have a warehouse, but I haven't been able to figure out how to see all of it. What sort of things do you buy? Well, my biggest seller is anything that can be used to defend yourself against a monster crashing through your door. That's huge right now. Yeah, I can understand why. Why is it hard to deal with shapers? I spent my whole life being scared of shapers and being told to obey them. That makes it hard to charge you a fair price for my things. I'm making progress, though. The first agent who came through my door, I gave her stuff for free! I don't think that's quite the way it works. Oh boy. Tell me about the warehouse. It used to belong to the owner of the shop next door, but it was sold to the old owner of this shop, and then they both left the island really fast. It's in the southwest corner of town. The problem is the back door is locked and I can't get in. And here's the strange thing. Don't think I'm crazy, but something isn't right in there. When I'm in there, things are strange and too cold. I keep trying to make myself think it's my imagination, but I don't know. What was the name of the merchant next door? It was Morales. Oh! Morales. That was the shaper who was outside the fort. That explains why that creation was in there. On the plus side, we cleared it out. Maybe continues her brand of shopkeeping, which seems to involve spending most of her time remembering where she put things. I explored your warehouse. Someone left a rogue creation in there. I killed it. Really? That's so scary. Why would someone leave a monster in this town and then leave the island? It could have killed all sorts of people. You have the grim feeling that she answered her own question. I should pay you for taking the time to solve my problem, Shaper. I really appreciate it. Here. She hands you some living tools and several gemstones. And then thorns. And money. In fact, you almost have to force her to stop handing you items. Oh boy. Trade. Alright, I'll buy things from you. I need to restock. Or I can sell you things. What things I have. Well, what do you well, I can sell a few things. Snaring crystal I can sell, and the venom thorns I can sell. Gave us a few living tools, I don't know how many. What can we buy? Living tools, leather vambraces, golden goblet, blessing crystal, a couple different things. 2 living tools, ensnaring, swarm, crystal, venom acid thorns, and 50 coins. Yeah. Listen, maybe, I know you've got plenty of, you're plenty energetic. You'd love to be able to do this, but you really need to learn how to manage your store. Trust me, it takes time to learn how to do it, but once you do, capitalism ho! Looks like a mage in this store. If Donal's Keep is known for anything, it's its craftspeople. The wands, blades, and other items crafted here are highly valued all throughout Terestia and beyond. For whatever reason, this small wand workshop is located outside the keep proper. Its owner, a small, serious man with remarkably long and dexterous fingers, walks over to greet you. Welcome, Shaper. I'm Bluth, and I welcome you to my humble shop. My supplies are limited at the moment, but I hope that I can interest you in one of the fine wands I have remaining. Why isn't this shop inside the city? Oh, many factors. A lack of space inside the fort and high rents for that space, and an appreciation for the fresh sea air. Hey, living on a barrier island, I can sympathize with that. Always nice to have the salty sea air wafting through your nostrils. Why are your supplies so low? Well, there are difficult times, you see. The strife does not help, and the shattering of the anvil does not either. The strife? In times of war, everyone who can afford it scrapes up the money to purchase a wand. It is the best way for a rich merchant to fail to defend his family. Fail to defend? The desire to have such power in one's home for defense is a reasonable one. However, when the lack of will and the lack of training are present, you would be surprised at how often the means of defense are turned against their supposed master. Not as often as you might think. Surprised, I mean. Shattering of the anvil? The most delicate and carefully balanced components are not worked in this humble shop. I lack the power here. The final assembly of the wands must take place on an enchanted anvil, but the keep's anvil was broken. To learn more, you should speak with Skiolnino. He is the master of the anvil in the keep. So it is impossible to make wands? Fortunately, no. It can be done with skill and time, but an anvil dramatically speeds up the process. Let me see your wares. Pretty much all wands. Nothing we need. Or use. Or the like. Okay, various docks there. There's a creation in there. I think we can leave it be. The creation is being restrained here while its controller does his or her business inside the city. Stares at you obediently. That looks like it's the main way into the city. Let's finish looking around out here first. There's another creation likely with its owner inside the city. Looks like a small house here. Yep. What's this? Keep out. Okay, we'll keep out. I wonder what this structure is. Let's take a look around it first, then... Okay. Oh, is there something in here? Ah, saltweed. We can put that in storage. Later. Alright, what does this sign say? Gob, Sage. This strangely shaped building is the office of one of Donal's Keep's sages. Sages are learned outsiders frequently employed by the Shapers to do research and produce magical tools and equipment. This sage's place of business is strangely disordered, which makes sense as the sages themselves often have disordered minds. Too many years poring through obscure tomes and working with noxious alchemical ingredients. The walls are at strange angles and the equipment and supplies are arranged in a seemingly random fashion. The ceiling is low and the air is heavy with many smells. Not all of these are pleasant. Yeah, it looks... yeesh. And does this door even work? Open? Arrogant Shaper. Oh dear. This doesn't sound very... oh dear. The sage who owns this shop looks as disorganized and eccentric as the building itself. He also looks annoyed to see you.
Alright, another Shaper needing my help. I'm Gob, and I'll tell you now, I'm too busy to help you.
I could use some information.
Well, go to the library in the main keep. Leave me alone. You Shapers, you think my time is infinite. Go away. I have 10 information requests to process for you, Lon, and that's just today. Go away.
Do you have any information for sale? Equipment for sale?
What do I look like to you? Some tinker? Some mindless pot mender? I'm the finest sage in these parts. Constantly busy aiding Shapers with work they're too high and mighty to do for themselves.
Really? Can you prove you're as great as you say?
Prove? Why should I prove it? I know how much sulfur to provide for you when you need to make a Fiora. Who else does? I know where to find the tune for anyone in a 17 chance of focusing. Can you? I know shielding spores and a Glockeye are the active ingredients to make a round of defenses. No other sage does. So leave me be. No help for you.
Oh, shut your gob. I can see that you are very busy. This doesn't seem to mollify gob.
Of course you can. That just means you aren't blind. The quarantine keeps me from getting proper supplies, and the war has doubled the request for my aid. My rolling pin that I used to flatten herbs, worn out. Nice finished stone blocks to repair my wall, not to be found. My scalpel is dull, and I broke my favorite teacup, and I can't get replacements for any of it.
Perhaps I can find replacements for you.
If you did, I would pay you a fair price, but I do not think it is possible. If I can't find them, nobody else can.
Well, that's actually a fairly simple thing to want to do. Teacup, a rolling pin, stone blocks, and something else. Errand boy. A scalpel. Okay, let me do a quick check around here. Actually, I'm gonna make a quick trip around various places to see if I can find the stuff he's asked for. It's probably in, like, I don't know, places. Oh, look, there's a rolling pin. Yes, there's a rolling pin. And, oh, that's one thing down. Still need more, though. Let me just take a look at the east area. Then I'll find some place we can go. See anything in here? Nothing in there. Nothing in there. Alright, let's uncover the last of this. To the east lies... Yep, Donal's Keep. First, though, let's find what we can. Let's see what there is in Fort Wilton. There might be something. Is there anything in this building here? Unlikely. Wait, there's someone here? You meet a young lone soldier with a mop. He has been given the unenviable job of cleaning up this outpost in preparation for the arrival of the new band of soldiers. He seems happy for some company, even if it's a shaper. Good to see someone out here, someone who isn't a monster. I'm Hullum, welcome. What are you doing here? Mopping, sweeping, fixing things. I was sent ahead to get things clean and ready for the new troops, the replacements, for the people who got killed. What needs fixing? The chairs, the beds, everything. The monsters tore everything up pretty good. Did you find anything interesting? Hullum stops and thinks for a moment, trying to decide how honest he should be with a shaper. Just this. It was under the bodies. No idea what it is, so I probably shouldn't stay too close to it. He hands you a gemstone. It is hot to the touch. Hullum keeps mopping the floor, trying to get bits of dried blood and gristle out of the mortar. You wonder who he angered to get this assignment. Are you worried about rogues? Well, I don't want to say I'm terrified. That's not the sort of thing a warrior of Donal's Isle says. But I haven't slept in 3 days. When will the new guards arrive? As soon as possible, I heard. They have to keep this pass clear. It's real important. Okay. Yeah, I doubt there's going to be anything in here. Yeah, pretty sure there's nothing. Oh! Ah, ruined ruby. Nice. Yeah, there's nothing in here. Well, that was a lot of wandering. We may find a scalpel in one of the 2 areas to the east, somewhere in Donal's Keep. Probably a teacup as well, I imagine. Stone blocks? That'll be harder to find. We'll probably have to go to one of the previous islands for that. But we'll do that some other time. For now, next time we'll take a look at South Donal before we go into Donal's Keep. And that'll be in the next episode. So, until then, I am Chester44. That is Evan, Alwyn, Greta, Vavik, and Min. This has been a Geneforge 3 Let's Play, and I will see you all next time.